Welcome back to Jersey Matters. When one of our heroes in uniform is either injured or dies in the line of duty, our hearts ache. But sometimes those who are injured and their families need more than that. And that's where Jack Oehm, battalion commander at the New York Fire Department and board member at Tunnel to Towers, comes in. Thank you, sir, for being here. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure, Larry. Thank you.
Tunnel to Towers, what do you do? Explain to people.
Well, we're a 9/11 foundation started by the family of Stephen Siller, who was an off-duty fireman that made it to the towers, to the site that day, and he wound up saving lives, but unfortunately he died. So his three brothers and his three sisters started this foundation called the Stephen Siller Tunnel to Towers Foundation, because he ran through the Battery Tunnel up West Street and joined in the rescue efforts that day. And the family got together and started this great foundation to remember Stephen and all those Americans that were murdered that day, so we would never forget what happened to us.
And you're there for anyone who might be injured in the line of duty, or that is the families for those who were killed in the line of duty.
Correct, Larry. So we have our Smart Home program, which takes care of catastrophically injured service personnel coming home from the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. These guys have no arms, no legs. We'll build them a smart home so they can live an independent life. To date, 85 of these smart homes all over this country have been built by the Stephen Siller Tunnel to Towers Foundation. We also have another program that takes care of Gold Star families. When somebody dies, we'll come in and we'll take care of the family and pay off that mortgage for that family.
Well, that's wonderful. And you did something wonderful recently in Jersey, up in Jersey City. Explain.
Yes. Unfortunately, we also have a fallen first responder program where we take care of firefighters, police officers, and EMS personnel. Anybody that goes out in a line of duty and dies and has a mortgage with young kids, the Stephen Siller Tunnel to Towers Foundation will pay off their mortgages. And that's just what happened on December 10th. Detective Joseph Seals, Jersey City Police Department, was killed. And
he was killed in the cemetery. We all remember the attack because the attack was on a kosher deli with a school nearby.
Correct. He was killed at the first.
So we all saw what happened, and we remember the tragedy and remember the officer being killed. But you made a promise at that point.
We did, and this is our contract to America's heroes. Our contract, our promise. If you go home, if you go out and serve our country, or if you go work a night tour or a day shift in the fire department and the police department, and God forbid you don't come home to your family, the Stephen Siller Tunnel to Towers Foundation will take care of your family and provide you with a mortgage-free home. And that's just what we did for Detective Joseph Seals. His wife Laura and his 5 small kids now don't have to worry about how they're going to pay off their mortgage.
And you made the promise you'll do this by the end of the year, and you kept that promise.
Correct. It was a great promise to make, and I'm so glad we kept it, because it was only 15 days that we had. Actually, we made it on December 11th, and we paid off the house on Christmas Eve.
I know just because of what you do, you have the DNA to be a hero, but this is above and beyond. This has to be so gratifying.
Well, I think it's the least we can do as Americans. These American heroes go off and keep us all safe here in America, at home and abroad. And if we don't take care of them, who's going to take care of them? So to me, and I think the whole foundation, this is the very least we can do for these guys.
Do you go out and find the people, or do they come to find you?
Most of the times we read the papers, it's on social media. So we're aware of guys dying all the time, women and men dying. So we research, we find out if they qualify under our programs, and then we contact them. You
said qualify under your program, so it's people in the armed services, police officers, firefighters, EMS?
Correct.
And is that it? Is that the
That's
gambit?
Basically it. We do make
That's
exceptions.
a lot. I'm not
That's
saying,
a lot, yes.
yeah.
It is a lot. And then if small kids and a mortgage, we're going to come in and take care of that mortgage for you to ease that financial burden.
So have you been around now since 2001?
Yes, we've been doing great things in Stephen's name for the last 18 years. Our Smart Home program started up in 2008 with a Staten Island military Army guy, Brendan Morocco. He's the first surviving quadruple amputee, lost both arms, both legs in a war in Iraq. Siller Foundation raised $800,000 and built him our first smart home on Staten Island. Like I said before, to date, 85 of these homes have been built or are going to be in the process of being delivered to date. And in 2014, when detectives Lou and Ramos were assassinated, two Brooklyn police officers were sitting in their patrol car.
Yep.
They were killed, shot. In 2014, December, we started our Fallen First Responder program. And then in 2017, we started our Gold Star Family Program.
It is such a wonderful thing you're doing in New York, but obviously there are fallen and wounded people across the country. Have other people followed your lead in other cities and states?
Well, we take care of the whole country.
Oh, do you really?
52 police officers, firefighters, EMTs mortgages have been paid off to date.
Across the country?
Across the country. We are across the country.
That's a lot of money.
Well, we've done this research, Larry. About 130 cops die every year. About 80 firefighters die every year. Now, most of them fit into our program, but not all of them do fit into our program, into our parameters. So yes, it's a vast program, and like I said before, somebody has to take care of these guys. We stepped up. We're doing the job.
Well, I said it's a lot of money. How can people help?
We have an $11 a month campaign. People all over the country can contribute $11 a month. $11 for the Twin Towers and 9/11. That's how we got the $11. To date, we have 50,000 Americans giving the foundation $11 a month.
Yeah, I'll do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
I appreciate what you do. Jack Oehm, Battalion Commander at FDNY and board member of Tunnel to Tower. When we come back, this is supposed to be one of the worst flu seasons in decades. What you need to know when Jersey Matters comes right back.